Kohlberg stages of moral development. A. Lawrence Kohlberg, 1927 to 1987. He was born in New York City in the year 1927. Kohlberg began studying psychology as an undergraduate at the University of Chicago. In 1 year, Kohlberg had earned his BA in psychology and continued his education as a graduate student at the University of Chicago. In 1985, Kohlberg earned his PhD degree. He became fascinated by moral development in children. Hence, he has created a theory of moral development. It describes how one's sense of right and wrong changes with age. Kohlberg described the process of moral development with the help of moral dilemmas. Each of these dilemmas was a situation which required the subject to choose between two types of behavior, one reflecting obedience to rules and authority, and the other reflecting concern for the need and welfare of others, but defied conventional rules of morality. The following is one example of the dilemmas Kohlberg presented. Haynes steals the drug. In Europe, a woman was near death from a special kind of cancer. There was one drug that the doctors thought might save her. It was radium that a druggist in the same town had recently discovered. The drug was expensive to make, but the druggist was charging 10 times what the drug cost him to make. He paid $200 for the radium and charged $2,000 for a small dose of the drug. The sick woman's husband, Haynes, went to everyone he knew to borrow the money, but he could only get together about $1,000, which is half of what it cost. He told the druggist that his wife was dying and asked him to sell it cheaper or let him pay later. But the druggist said, "No, I discovered the drug and I'm going to make money from it." What should Haynes do? There are three options. First one is, Haynes should steal the drug and not go to prison, as this is unfair. Haynes should not steal the drugs since he would be breaking the law. And the last option is, Haynes should steal the drug and accept any prison sentence. Choose anyone. If you choose first one, you are probably in the pre-conventional stage of moral development. If you choose this, you are probably in the conventional stage of moral development. If you choose this last option, you are probably in the post-conventional stage of moral development. Now, Haynes got desperate and broke into the man's store to steal the drug for his wife. Should the husband have done that? Distinguishes three levels of moral development, namely pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional, each divided into two stages. Pre-conventional level. Stage 1. Punishment and obedience orientation. The earliest stage of moral development is especially common in young children, but adults are also capable of expressing this type of reasoning. At this stage, children see rules as fixed and absolute. Obeying the rules is important because it is a means to avoid punishment. Stage 2 is instrumental relativist orientation. The second stage is defined as the stage of naive hedonistic and instrumental orientation. The moral concept of this stage is based on reciprocity and sharing of a manipulative, self-serving end rather than one based on justice, generosity, sympathy, or compassion. And the second level is conventional level. Stage 3, interpersonal concordance, often referred to as the good boy, good girl orientation. This stage of moral development is focused on living up to social expectations and roles. There is an emphasis on conformity, being nice, and consideration of how choices influence relationships. Stage 4, it is orientation towards authority. This stage is based on a blind acceptance of social conventions and rules to avoid censure. That is, social regulations are accepted unquestioningly. According to Kohlberg, most individuals in society do not progress beyond this level and blindly accept social codes of morality. And the last level is post-conventional level. Stage 5, it is social contract orientation. In this stage, right behavior is defined according to standards agreed upon by the group or society. This stage is characterized by a certain degree of flexibility where agreed standards can be changed through a proper procedure. Stage 6, it is individual principle orientation. This stage of morality is based on individual principles and conscience when morality is guided by a desire to avoid self-condemnation rather than by a desire to avoid criticism by others. People who attain this stage have individualistic moral beliefs which may or may not coincide and at times may even conflict with or contradict social morality. To conclude that, Kohlberg pointed out that all individuals may not reach the final stage. There are both microcultural and intercultural variations. He also highlighted that once moral development proceeds up to a certain stage, then all further changes could be only in the forward direction and rarely undergo regression. Kohlberg, unlike Piaget, does not indicate any fixed age ranges corresponding to different levels and stages. Lastly, he also pointed out that very rarely do people progress to the highest stage of moral development. Thus, we have seen about the Kohlberg's stages of moral development. Thank you.